Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Not in My Lifetime channel for a slightly different, a very different stream than what we usually would do. Obviously, there's no intro, there's no, proper setup as we usually would be today. This is a different stream about something that's very important to, obviously, not just Bevo's as well, obviously mine as well, obviously, both of us are really sort of, this is an initiative that I've been planning for quite a long time now. I've known about it for obviously quite a long time, but I know how important this is to him. I'll let him talk in a bit, to sort of let him discuss this more in depth. But this is a very different stream to what we usually would do. And the best thing I can do right now is to sort of just let Bevo explain it more in depth and detail. That's why we're doing this and why it's very important for the community as well. For what we're doing. Got it, mate.
Yeah, so this has been a long time coming. It's something that's been in the works for, God, months and months and months now. And I really have just wanted to just let it all out there. But there's been a mad process that I've had to go through with all of this. I'll explain a little bit of the process on how on how we got to this point, and I'll explain a little bit about as to why I've kind of decided to do this, and yeah, so about, I want to say, just after the summer, I came up with the idea. It's something that's been brewing in my head for a very, very long time, for personal reasons, quite close to home. But I wanted to set this up because after doing a little bit of research, based on my own personal reasons, I found that 1 to 2 million children in the UK each year don't get a present on Christmas Day. And that really, really hit home. So I came up with the idea of, why not try and get this as big as I possibly can and get people to donate a new teddy. So I called up various different places, different authorities, asked, the best places to donate to. At this point, it was really just an idea. I didn't think that it would get as big as it has, or the amount of support that it's generated. So I spoke to a couple of authorities. They pointed me in the right direction of who to talk to and who I can donate to. And from there, I got in contact with Nick over at 1894 and said, is it something that they would be willing to? Yeah, there he is. There's Nick.
Yeah,
so see if it'd be something that they would be willing to come on board with, because I'm a one-man band. I can only do so much. Obviously, Luke's helping out with promoting it and trying to sort of push things from a social side, and yeah, that's been a great help. Luke's been focused quite a lot on the second part of the idea, so that is to come. That's for people that aren't able to make it to the game, but still want to contribute in one way or another. That's also going to a really fantastic cause. So keep an eye out for that one, because that is being worked on in the pipeline. This has just consumed my life. I am a single full-time parent. I am a full-time employee. So this has taken up a huge chunk of free time. That's why, you've not seen me on streams that much recently. So there's been a lot of planning that's gone into this. Spoke to people over at City who were really, really, really supportive of the idea. Really, everyone that I've spoke to has offered their support in any way that they can, and it's been brilliant. So I spoke to the club, and they were incredibly supportive, incredibly helpful, and provided the equipment and provided a plot next to the ground. So, massive, massive thanks to everyone behind the scenes at Man City. You've been fantastic in supporting me make this idea actually happen. And then there's also other people behind the scenes that that are going to be helping and are helping. 1894, with their reach that they've got and the reach to the fans that they've got, match going fans. I thank you to them for the support that they've offered and promoting it as well. That's been a great help. Nick's going to be there on the collection day to help me collect as many as I can, and also to MCFC Foodbank. They're also going to be there. I'm going to be pitched up next to them, so they're going to be there. So if you are going to the game and you do want to donate, please do. It's going to go to a great cause. For any child this year that might not get a present on Christmas Day, every little donation that people make will go to help in that. Have I frozen, by the way? I look like I'm frozen, but I don't know if
it's, of course, that's one of the important streams. Typical, isn't it? Typical.
just when I was getting into the swing of it.
Yeah. All right.
Oh! I'm coming back. I think.
There you go.
Hey, I'm back. Yeah. So if there's anyone in the chat or in the comments that wants to ask any questions on how they can donate, how they can help, what it is to bring, or even just to ask questions about the process, like please do drop it in the chat. This year has been kind of focused on getting it to a point where the foundations are set for next year, for City. But then the idea is to get this right the way around the Premier League. That's the aim. Whether it gets that far, I don't know. I'm grateful for how far it's already got. And I'm really grateful for everyone. Like, I don't think people mention this enough, but every single person that's retweeted this, the post that I put out, like, honestly, thank you very much, because the reach that this has got. I only put it out at the start of this week. I think it was like Monday or Tuesday this week.
Yeah,
it's now hit, like, in fact, I'll check now. The last time I checked, it had, like, let's have a look. It's now hit 53,000 views. So that's nearly the same size as the Etihad, if in terms of people that have viewed it. So that, like, to get it as viewed as what it has been, like, Lee Gunner, obviously, he's retweeted it. Martin over at Mancunian Way, LB, Jacob, MCFC Luke. Honestly, the amount of people that I'm going to miss a lot of people out. So it's had like
Big Steve,
71 or 72 shares or something. So
Big Steve. Oh, is it on
yeah,
Twitter?
big Steve over on Instagram. I don't see Instagram, so anything that's on the Instagram side of things, Luke will just tell me about. Tone as well. Massive shout out to Tone. He's I think I don't know whether he's done his Instagram show or not.
He's doing it tomorrow with Martin.
But he's already got the poster. He's mentioning it. So yeah, it's been a bit of a crazy journey, really. Yeah, I mean, have you got any questions, mate? Have you got any questions on? I
Well,
know you've been there in the background, and I've told you kind of every day what's been going on, where we're up to, and everything. But
yeah, just to point out, well, we will get into the part 2 of this, the London Love. Right now, the focus is on this first. Once this has been done, we will then obviously go into that side of it later on. It's best again if you want. We've got something in the pipeline for people who can't obviously go to the game, but we'll get into that obviously near the time. But right now, we're focusing just on next week and getting this out there as much as possibly can at the moment. But I'll ask you particularly, ask you as well. I mean, for you especially, right? To anyone who wants to do this for their own club, what does it take to in terms of communicating with the club and other people to get this organised? Because it's not a simple thing to just go up to the stadium, put yourself down, and collect a bet. It's not simple as that, is it?
no. So the process that the club had to go through, from my understanding, because obviously I don't know the full process, but the charities team over at City don't have a direct contact line that you can just find anyway. So I started off just by calling up fan support. I just called up fan support over at City, and basically just told them the idea that I had, and I feel like I feel like her name was Eve or Evie or something like that. Whatever her name was, she was really supportive, really helpful. And if she ever does watch this stream, thank you to her, because it was her that kind of started it all off. It was her that started it all off over at the club, and got it to the point where it was recognised by the club. So then after that, it went to, I believe it went to over to City in the community to see if it could get passed, and see if they could approve it, and they did approve it. They again loved the idea. After that, it was then passed over to the charities team over at City, who dealt with a lot of the stuff over there. And again, everyone over there was incredibly helpful. Loved the idea. Also, like, asked me what it was that I wanted from them. So they said, "Look, we're really supportive of this. What do you need in order to make this happen?" So I said to them, basically needed a marquee in case it was raining. Obviously, you need to keep the teddies dry. A table or two, if possible, and a plot that you can put us on, which is accessible to as many fans as that can get there. So they've put us in a really good location next to the Nexham Bridge, which is right next to where MCFC Foodbank do their collections. After that, it then got passed over to the venue facilities team to see if they could approve it, because they had to approve the plot of land and to see if it was something that they could assist with. And then they approved it, and then it went back to City. So it was a long process, but going forward, that process isn't going to be as difficult, because they've already approved it once. They know the idea now. They know what's going to be happening, and as long as everyone that turns up to donate is polite, kind, respectful, it's not going to be a problem doing it. I can't see it being a problem doing it year in, year out. So yeah, that's kind of like the main process of it, really, like from a club side. Obviously the process of actually doing it and putting everything in place, because the one thing that I've said to you off air, haven't I? The one thing for me which has been the most difficult part of all of this is there is no benchmark.
No.
This isn't something that other clubs have done in the past that I can, find out, like, oh, how many people donated, was there, more than this, was there less than that, how did you go about like promoting it? Like this is one of one. As far as I'm aware, there's no other club in the Premier League that I know of that's done this. So there is, because the one thing for me was when sorting out places to give donations to. Obviously, they can only accept like a certain amount. I can't turn up to this place with 2,000 teddies and be like, "There you go, like, get these out." They
Just quickly, mate. Sorry, I'm just going. Sorry, just not interrupt you. Big up Andy M on Twitter. He's just shared this comment. For some reason, it hasn't appeared on YouTube on StreamYard yet, but I'll share the
yeah.
comment. He's just said to mention to me. Big up Andy, by the way. Up until Christmas, club merchandise will donate all the profits from the city versions of I think of the shirts that I think he sells on that website to our
I
appeal.
can't. Sorry, mate. I can't see it. The pictures in way.
Oh, of course. Right. It's me like doing this and trying everything at once. Sorry, people. Right, there you go. You read that. Go on.
Up until Christmas, club merchandise will donate all profits from city versions of these to that appeal. That is amazing.
Yeah, and Andy, what we'll do once we got again, we'll go into that server later on. I will post that when it's hard to really go into that right now fully, but we'll obviously sort of say what it is in a bit. But obviously, we won't go too much into detail what that's going to be yet until.
Wow, do you know what that is amazing.
Yeah, big up Andy, mate. Thank you for that.
Massive thank W's in the chat for Andy. I tell you,
Yeah,
that is a real good guy.
yeah, big up Andy, mate. It just shows right. Its community is together. Yeah. Look, to get the results of football. This is bigger than football. This is bigger than football. This is all about making a difference in our community. And that's what it should be all about. And I hope this is going to be sort of the start of something where we can do this every year. Even just
it will be. This is like I was saying before. Like this is the benchmark, because no one's done it as far as I'm aware. Like, I've not seen anything. I have had a look. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
By the way, just to give you an idea of what this is, just because obviously I've got to just give you an idea anyway, just to sort of a bit, because I do know about Andy's stuff. He does a lot of like this, like City and that. Other clubs.
That's nice.
So yeah, so honestly, Andy, much appreciated. And
Yeah,
we'll share with you, Andy. We'll share with you what we're going to do for people who want to donate money. So don't do it to anyone right now. Don't do any super chats right now to us throughout this time, because you take the potential of the profit. It won't go towards the charity. What we'll do is, again, we've got an idea set up for that, so you can do
everything is set up for it. We're just doing it in stages, because obviously this Teddy appeal has taken up a huge chunk of time, and it also deserves both things. The thing that's coming next and this deserve to have their own stream, and
they will,
as much as they are kind of connected, in the sense of anyone that is can't make it to the game but still wants to donate. This is the safe alternative.
Yeah.
I think it warrants both of them being kept separate, because they both deserve. You saved me as just about to donate for the super chat. Oh wow!
Mate, yeah, look, again, we appreciate that. If there's any other time, sure, we appreciate it. But what, Joe, I'll say it. I'll say it, but briefly, there will be a charity stream. That's all I'll say on that at the moment.
There'll be a charity stream, but it'll be a charity stream where do not donate to through super chats because
I
YouTube
will
takes
turn them off.
40%.
I will turn them off for that stream. So
Yeah,
you
because
get a membership
YouTube
fee.
take 40%.
Yeah,
So it's not all gonna go to the charity. So, for
yeah,
example, if you were to donate £10, only £6 would actually go to the charity. So
yeah,
there will be a Just Giving page
yeah.
that we'll put out there. There is a QR code for it, which again we'll put out at
I'll
some
put
point.
on. What I'll do is, obviously, we'll talk about it anyway. But in the build up to the charity stream officially, we'll put up a little QR code if you want to sort of do it earlier on, and then that way we can sort of go from there. But we'll go into that once this is out of the way first, because I think the priority should always be this. Sorry, I'll get the
Well, they're both fantastic in their own way, and they both deserve.
Sorry.
Go on, stickers back on side. There we go.
Yeah.
They both deserve their own streams because they're both very unique. But yeah, like I was saying, so there isn't anyone else that has done this. So I can't. I have no figures to go off. So when these people who we're donating to, various different sort of donation points, when they said, "Oh, how many are you going to have?" I'm like, I don't know. could have 10, could have 100. Don't know. Like,
Yeah, and I say with this, obviously with this stream, obviously, because what I'll do is I'll start promoting it a lot more. Whilst I'll talk about it before I do that, obviously, because I want to sort of it's all that timing for us because we want to make sure that everything gets opportunity to be out there and to be promoted at the right time. And again, this is again for us both. This is our first time doing this, so next year will be a lot probably easy. But I want to say, well, each year will get easier how you do things, but it doesn't always make it. It's still a lot of process to do. This is our first time
the,
doing
the
it.
the other thing is because now the foundations have been laid with the club,
Mm-hmm.
doing it year on year now is going to be a lot easier because the club have already approved it.
Yeah,
So unless they obviously have to go through a process next year of having to reapprove it and things, but it's also a learning curve as well. It's something that I've never done before. I've never done. Obviously, I've donated to charity and things like that, but I've never been the one on the end to to ask people to give. So this has been a whole new learning experience for me as well, and yeah, it's been tough, but almost there, almost there.
yeah,
Um, so I guess we'll see on the day. We'll see how many we get on the day, and you know, um, all of the people that I've spoken to that the donations are going to be given to, they have said that they can only accept new cuddly toys and not secondhand ones. That
yeah,
is really, really important because I would hate for somebody to part ways with something that could be precious to them, and unfortunately I won't be able to take it. I'll have to say I'm really sorry, I can't accept it, and that isn't something which I didn't make the rules on that.
no,
That's something which has been set by the people that we're making the donations to. Have said that they can only accept new ones. Now, by new, I don't necessarily think that they mean that it has to come in a box or anything like that. With it being a teddy, I'm guessing as long as it's got a tag still on it, then that should be more than fine. Yeah, I guess let's just see. It's next Saturday is going to be a busy day. Really busy day.
Yeah, it's no, and say so I know I'm going up to Etihad, I think, in December, and what would have gone up next week, obviously, but I think it's something like that. I think it's already been planned down. I know you obviously you and Nick doing that anyway, so it won't necessarily might help as much as you probably would do, but I know. Well, this is what I mean. We have no idea how it's going to be, do we? So next year you could even help next year, depending on.
I could set the marquee up, be stood there, and there might be a queue of 100 people waiting to donate. I might get there, and it might be nothing but tumbleweeds. I don't know.
Yeah. So what we'll say is right. I mean, look, just this is our first time doing this, and I think it definitely be the last time for sure. I think this.
No, each year, depending on how this year goes, because obviously, there's a lot of there's a lot of admin and stuff that have gone into it from the club side as well. The club are having to set up a marquee, carry it out to the collection point. They're having to carry tables out there. They've had to get me the collection point. And obviously, if it's well received, then uh, you know it makes everything worthwhile. If we get there and there's maybe 3 or 4, whilst I'm really really glad for 3 or 4, I don't know whether that's something that the club will look at and go, well, you don't really need a collection point. Maybe it's something that you do when you just walk around. So
Yeah.
I guess it's just about time will tell, and I imagine that I'm probably going to be incredibly overwhelmed on the day. I am, and I know that a lot of City fans in the community, and a lot of City fans in general are really really great people, and they do support other City fans in things that they're doing. So who knows? But I am really excited for it. And the plan is year on year, I want this to go bigger and I want it to go better. And eventually, it's not going to happen overnight. But if I can make this possible by having an idea, telling Luke what my idea is, and then he go, I remember having that first call with you when I said, got this idea. I want to promote it as a not in my lifetime podcasting because I'm part of the podcast.
Yeah.
And let's see how big it can go. And you went, do it. It sounds like a great idea. Do it.
Yeah.
So the fact that back in, I want to say like early August, I was having that conversation with you on the phone where I was like, got this idea. What do you think? Told you the reasons, the personal reasons as to why I wanted to do it, and you were fully supportive of it and backed it.
Mm-hmm.
And to take that idea and to get it to the point where it's actually happening next Saturday, it is happening. Like, I will be there. So even if you can't donate, because I understand that Christmas time is a very expensive time of year for everyone.
Yeah.
Even if you just want to come over and say hi and have a chat, I'm welcome. I welcome everybody. But yeah, really really looking forward to it. I'm going to be there I'm going to be outside the ground from about 12:30. Right up until kickoff. So from 12:30 until 3 o'clock, maybe just after 3, I will be there. So please do come over and say hi. If you've got something to donate, it'll be really gladly received, and let's make a difference. And then next year, who knows? Let's try. My plan is I want to get this idea right the way around the Premier League. Like, I don't want to just stop at City. I want to get this rolled out across the entire Premier League. That's the plan. Whether that plan happens or not's another thing.
Well, as I said to you before, like these kind of things, right? I mean, in Germany, in Spain, they happen quite a lot. This kind of stuff, like in the Netherlands, I know it happens in Europe quite a lot, and it's great to see. And I do that in Europe because they're very supportive of their charities over there. So if we can sort of start that, I'm not, obviously, we want other people in that in our community, like people like us in the Chelsea community, our community, to do the same thing. Because I mean, as I said before, right, this isn't about being a small channel or whatever. Like we just want this idea to take on, and we start doing this more. Because look, the world we live in now, we all know it's crap in a lot of different ways. It's good in some way, but crap in other ways.
Let's just try and inject a bit of positivity into something that's a difficult time for a lot of people.
Exactly.
If you can afford to donate, it will be greatly received. I will also be donating. I don't think that I'm just gonna get everyone to give me your donations and then I'm not going to donate myself. I will be donating myself.
Yep.
I want to get this a bit as big as, and the other thing is as well, like this, I'm none of this is in any way, shape, or form profitable for me at all. So, for anyone thinking that this is I'm doing this for any kind of money or anything like that, that is really not the case. I'm actually losing quite a bit of money by doing this. Obviously travel, childcare, you name it, it's expensive. So yeah, this isn't for any kind of self gain, if you like. This is to literally what it says on the poster. To donate a teddy for a child that might not have anything to open, and if that can be a highlight of positivity for people, then that's the aim. At the end of the day, we have children, and sometimes in life we fall on hard times, and we're not able to provide things for our children that we would like. I understand electrics through the roof. Fuel prices are ridiculous. The price of shopping now, just bog standard shopping, is expensive, let alone the price of Christmas dinner. Christmas dinner, like, I think M&S were doing an advert not that long ago for selling turkeys for £150. Who's got £150 to spend on a bird that's not on a Saturday night? Do you know what I mean?
God's sake. See, even on the serious room, we have a joke around again.
Who's got 150 quid to spend on a turkey for one day? So I understand that things are really, really expensive. And people can fall on hard times. And why not, if you're in a position of privilege, isn't the right word, if you're in a position where you're able to donate, and you're fortunate enough to be able to donate, then it will be going to a great cause, and it'll be really, really gladly received.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's the thing, like, we want this to be a trend that happens around other clubs, like, in the next few years, because again, we get, like, I mean, for me, I grew up, not very well off myself. Right? Obviously, we're doing a lot better now. Obviously, with my family now. But I know people that are around me that have obviously grew up quite poor and that, and have presents at certain times of the year. So yeah, it's just a recent thing. It's been happening for quite a long time over the years.
1 to 2 million children in the UK don't get a single present on Christmas Day. That is bonkers, mate.
Yeah.
Like, that is seriously
Current day, that's disgusting. It shouldn't be a thing.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't be a thing. But with the price of everything and the price of inflation and the fact that everything's getting taxed at ridiculous rates, it's no surprise why people fall on hard times and things are so expensive. One small bag of shopping now can cost you anywhere between sort of £15 and £20, and that's if you're just getting your bog standard bread and milk and eggs. So
what I will say to people though is, if you want to get stuff at a good price, especially from the big shops, go to like a convenience stores or your local corner shop. Because they're pretty good for stuff like that. I'm not saying it's always the best thing to do, but if you've got a budget, It's very
And
good.
also, if anyone's struggling, like reach out, like talk to
Yeah,
people. You know, when I came up with this idea, I was really, really skeptical and hesitant about reaching out to people and asking for their support on it. Now, when I spoke to 1894, like I didn't. I mean, I'm not saying that I didn't expect them to not help, but I didn't know what to expect, and the hesitant side of me thought, like they've probably got a lot of things on their plate as it is, with protests, etc. Organizing events themselves, they probably don't have the time to look at my silly little idea or whatever. But they were super supportive. The same with MCFC Foodbank. Again, super super supportive. Anything that they could do, and what can we do to help? Would can you know? Do you want us to do this to help? That to help? Like honestly, just great people. There are great people out there that will support you. And if you are struggling, like don't hesitate. Please do reach out. There's always a solution to things. Always.
no, there is. There always is. Like asking for help, especially nowadays, isn't a bad thing. Like I
No.
think like life is easy right now for anyone, but what we can do is help each other out by making it easier for ourselves. Like in this day and age, right? In a time where vanity and arrogance has got through a lot of people's heads, obviously, especially social media and that. We need to get ourselves back to like this again, back to where we're all helping each other out a bit more. Because a community is so important. No matter if it's a village, a city, a town, it doesn't matter where. It's you, the whole, even a football club. Like that's the whole point of clubs like City and that. It's a family community club, and it always will be. Yes, the club is more successful now, but the roots of this club came from being a community club.
And you know what? That showed that when I spoke to the club and put my idea across to them, like that really showed that they were about the fans and they were about the community. And yeah, they make business decisions that people might not agree with, but at the end of the day, they do support the fans. If they are able to, and that's kind of been proven here. That they've I sat down with the charities team on a phone call, and a member of the charities team on a phone call, and they said to me, "What do you need from us to make this happen?"
Yeah.
So I gave them a very short list because obviously I don't really need that much. I needed a plot, I needed a marquee to keep the teddies dry, I needed maybe a table or two, and a place to park my car. That's basically it. And they were like, right, we can do all that for you. And they got back to me within hours. They were like, right, we've got all that sorted for you. It will be there for you for when you get there at 12:30. Go and enjoy yourself, and good luck with it all. And that kind of showed that the club do support you. And yeah, honestly, like in this circumstance, like I can't speak highly enough of them, and the um the engagement that I had with them was brilliant.
Yeah, as I said before, like I get that, and I'm also say it as it is, right? Just because it's happening, we won't sort of shy away from things, especially like the news, obviously. But like, think of that's a separate issue which we talked about before in the past. Like, but the thing is, at the end of the day, right? The club, especially the charity side of it and the community side of it, they haven't swung up. That's never gone away. That's always been a thing that's still going on today. A seat in the community has always been great at sort of doing these kind of things, and they're still good to this very day. It's what we understand, right? Every football club is run like a business, but also has things that will go for the community as well. This is where we are now for football now. Football now is a whole different thing that was like, what, 30 years ago? Like, it's a big business now, sport. Massive business. It isn't just a football club now where you go and watch the game and that's it. There's a lot more involved in there, a lot more merchandising involved, a lot more stuff involved. There's so much more involved now. And that's why I think stuff like this is important to remind the club, also remind us, the fans, as well, that football isn't it isn't the be all end all. There are things out there going on that are, just are way more important. Something like this.
What have I said to you since day one when we've been on streams? It's a game of footy. It's designed for entertainment purposes. There are real world problems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought this is the thing, right? I'll say this bluntly. We shouldn't have to do this really anyway. I know this, obviously we're doing this, but in today's world, everyone should be able to have to live their life, in the better afford things. That's what it should be.
Yeah.
So most of this is great. It shouldn't have to be a thing, really. I mean, obviously, you can't, obviously good for charity work, but this is why we, as not just a club, but the Premier League, even Championship League 1, League 2, I want to do that as well. Every club in that's got to start doing that more, chipping in, helping out, because again, there are young kids out there who are probably fans of clubs that can't afford to go to the games because their parents can afford to go.
Yeah,
because you think how much it's got.
I mean, I can't afford to go to a lot of games. Like I very rarely go to games just simply by the fact that I can't afford it.
Yeah,
it's not uncommon.
It's like value it in, right? It's about, let's say, roughly about 50 quid a ticket on average. Just say maybe less, but it probably is that. Let's say 50 quid ticket. Then if we're traveling up from, well, like I do, train, about 70 quid overall, probably maybe a bit more there and back, depending on if you've got a rail card and that. Hotel expensive. It pretty much costs like 200, 300 quid for a week for a game.
Mean, I live an hour away from the stadium, if that, and to take me and my son would be probably around £200 for a day. By the time you've bought the tickets, by the time you've maybe bought food on the way down, you've put fuel in the car, you've paid for parking, because the other thing is it's not just one meal that you need to get. You end up having to get two. You'll have to get dinner on your travels down. You have to get tea on your travels home.
Mm-hmm.
You've got fuel to put in your car. You've got the price of tickets. Easily £200, easy. And then if you want a drink or anything when you're at the game, maybe you want a match program or something.
$5 for match program, about 10 quid for drinking. It's crazy.
That's what I mean. So it isn't like not everyone can afford to go, and so yeah. If I said to you off air, the one thing that I wanted to do is to make a difference, and even if it is only a small difference, if everyone can make a small difference, that then becomes a massive difference.
Yeah.
So just by turning up, donating a teddy, that in itself might seem to you like a small difference, or it might be a big difference. If you are in a position like a lot of people this Christmas that might not be able to afford it, but do want to donate. Like, what I would say is, don't leave yourself short. No. Like, Christmas is a tough time for everybody, and I wouldn't want you or anybody else to struggle financially. But if you are in a position where you can donate and it's not a problem to you, then it will really, really be gladly received. And each teddy that gets donated will be given to a child. So say, for example, now we get, I don't know, I'm just going to throw a number out there, 100 teddies.
Yeah.
That's 100 children less this Christmas that aren't going to wake up without anything.
Yeah.
Like 100 children in the grand scheme of things, between 1 and 2 million, isn't a lot, but it's to that child, that will mean everything.
Because a lot of these kids,
To
right?
those 100 children, like that teddy will mean everything.
Because a lot of these kids, right? People don't realize, right? A lot of kids don't grow up with an iPad in their hands, a phone in their hands, because their parents just give it to them because they can't bother to look after their own children. A lot of these kids have just grown up either in poor conditions, which again, if you've ever watched the Channel 4 documentaries, which about it, or E4 ones that have been out there before about it, about poverty in the country, it is very, very eye opening because it makes you evaluate your own life as well. So it really is important to remember that, you know, some people like myself, even though I haven't got a child myself yet at all, I'm fortunate enough to be able to sort of afford things myself. Not everyone can do that. I don't know. I was better yourself. I know, obviously, you can afford to get things with Theo, but again, not everyone can obviously not everyone can always do that, can they? Sadly, so this is why we're doing this. This is why for me. Obviously, I know obviously this isn't Ben particularly. This is his idea, but I'm supportive of it because I know what it's like myself. I wasn't giving everything, as some people are. So it's just important to remember. Yeah, that's fine. No, but yeah. So no, honestly, it's a massive thing. It's massive. It's a lot of hard work, but you know, it's, sorry, I'm gonna probably get these my train
Yeah,
of thought there.
yeah, it's crazy to think that this idea that was, again, just an idea, like, has now become reality. Like, I actually took a step back the other day when I put that post up for the first time, because I'm really, really bad at keeping secrets. Like, really, really bad at it. Like, if it's something that excites me and something that I really want to do, like, I just want to tell everyone. Like, I just want to be like, yeah, this is what we're doing. But then the club were like, whoa, 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 like, don't tell anyone yet. We need to get you the plot first, and then when we've got you a plot, you can then tell people where you're going to be. Don't be like, this is what you're doing, and then have to put another post out and be like, oh, we're going to be here. Like, like, I was itching for it. I was just like, yeah, come on, let's go. And that's why when on our streams, like, I've been saying, I've got something in the pipeline. I've got something that I'm working on, and stuff like that. So I have been dropping subtle hints, but yeah, to go from that to having an idea to now, it's literally happening in just over a week's time. In just over a week's time, I'm going to be right there at the Etihad, getting ready to take people's donations and give to children that are less fortunate.
Yeah,
And for that, like, again, I know I've said it before, the amount of people that have shared this post, and people that even now, like, continue to spread the word. I know Martin on his shows, he's got this poster up on every show, and he's getting the word out there. And I know Lee Gunner has reposted it today. LB's going to be mentioning it on his pre-match preview of the Leeds game. So yeah, I mean, it's to every single person that has had any involvement in this, whether they've liked it, shared it, commented on it, told their friends, anyone that's going to the game, obviously just tell them about it too. Like, if you know somebody that is going to a game, to the Leeds game, like, tell them, let's get the word, the old fashioned way. Let's get it by word of mouth. Let's get it out there. Again, you know, I keep forgetting because I'm not on Instagram, but you know, Big Steve sharing it. You know, it's and also you know, I'm talking a lot about the things that City fans are doing. The editor of Team Talk is a massive Leeds United fan. He shared it.
Yeah, yeah. Let's say it's
So you know, again, this isn't just about City fans either. You know, Leeds fans. If there's any Leeds fans in the chat or on X watching, like if you're going to the game or know someone that is, like, please do share it. Like it doesn't matter whether you're. I mean, personally, to me, it doesn't matter whether you're a Liverpool fan, a United fan, a Chelsea fan, an Arsenal fan, a Leeds fan, you know, a Villa fan, a Southampton fan. It doesn't matter. If you are going to be in or around the Etihad for whatever reason, like, and want to contribute, like, please do. And the plan is if the other thing is if you are a United fan or a Liverpool fan or an Everton fan or a Chelsea fan or an Arsenal fan or whoever, and you want to do something like this next year, like, reach out to me. Like, I will give you all of the information and all of the knowledge that I have. I'll share my experiences with you on the best way that I've found to set this thing up. And again, if you've got any advice for me that you think I could have done better on, or you know, please tell me that as well, because I want to know both sides. You know, I want to know how I can improve it for next year. I want to know if there's anything that you do differently. That hi Poppy, hi Adam.
is facts. This is very true.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, you know, if there's anything that you think that I could do better on, if you think my poster's shit, like, tell me. Like,
It's
if you
fine
think
for
the
us.
writing's not big enough, if you think the font's not literally anything, if you can think of absolutely anything, like, that you think could be better, like, tell me, because it is constructive criticism. I want to get better at this. I want to do more of this, and I want to try and get this around as many clubs as I can. Like, that is the aim.
Also, what I'll say as well, obviously, because I know obviously we mentioned it already about the charity stream itself. Obviously, we'll share the link to the page. Obviously, I think we'll obviously discuss that behind the scenes anyway. But what we'll do is once we know when this is happening, we'll obviously promote it on socials and get it out there and sort of say what day it will be. Because I think, particularly as we know, obviously, as we know now, obviously, as we're getting towards the Christmas period, there's a lot of games coming thick and fast. We know that, and it's not always easy to, because everyone's obviously got their own content for it. I get it, but we'll work out a good way of doing it, which is, you know, just right for us, you know, because obviously, I know obviously with Bev obviously being a father himself, obviously he needs to make sure that, you know, he'll be busy himself. Obviously, I'm gonna try and sort of run the stream as possibly can, so we can get a good few hours of it up there at least. I'm not sure how long it'll be. It won't be like a 24-hour one, because I mean, much as I would like to do that, I want to get to that. I want to sort of start off somewhere first. If this gets really, really good, next few years we keep this comes to even more success, then I might do a 24-hour one if it gets to that point. But I want to sort of, you know, I want to start off. I want to walk before I can run. You know what I mean? It's kind of stuff.
Set foundations. It's not about being the biggest and the best now.
No.
It's about, because the other thing is as well, if you set the bar too high to begin with, then that then becomes a year-on-year expectation.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
mean, this for me has already consumed a lot of my life. Like, this is the reason why I've not been on streams that much, because I've been doing a lot of planning in the background. You know, it's consumed any free time that I've had has been around planning this to get as big and as big as I can right now. Laying the foundations and then not overwhelming yourself with too much, because I think if I'd have taken on more than this, I don't think that I would have been able to achieve this. So don't like, don't overwhelm yourself with too much that's unrealistic. Like, you know, if just an example, right? If I'd have set myself a goal this year of saying, right, I've got this idea and I want to roll it out to at least 3 clubs this year. I'd have been like, there is no chance. Like now, I'd be sitting here going, there is no chance in hell that that's going to happen.
If
But
you do well at one club, you might have a chance of doing it at more other clubs. Yeah,
yeah, it's about setting the benchmark for other people to follow suit.
Yeah. And look, I mean, what we'll do obviously is again we'll plan out that side of it again before we announce it. I know it sounds very easy, but obviously, I think again the aim is, as said on the poster here, it's about donations. That's the most important thing to us right now. This, once Saturday has been done and we've got donations and we can sort of get them donated off to the rest of places and that, and then we'll obviously behind the scenes we'll work on the part 2. Which obviously we'll work on obviously next week. Well, no, the week after. Sorry, in December. But it will be. I will say it will be. Hopefully, it'll be before Christmas. Hopefully, we'll work out a date. But we'll
even if it's not before Christmas, let's not overwhelm ourselves with it.
Yeah. Like New Year or something. That New Year or something. Or,
yeah, I mean, the second part of it isn't really time. It isn't really. Like with this one, there is a strict time scale because obviously it needs to be done before Christmas for children to get their teddies at Christmas.
Exactly.
Whereas the other one, whilst it kind of runs in line with what we're doing, it's not directly Christmas related. It's more all year round related.
Do you know what? Again, I'll chat with you after the stream about when I think we should do it. But yeah, well, yeah. But again, the most important thing is obviously if you're on YouTube or X, obviously I mean, usually I would ask for likes whatever, but this isn't about that this stream. But tomorrow will be a Newcastle preview. This is that we'll just sit each other tomorrow. New day, new stream, that kind of stuff, and obviously we're a bit more a mindset. But today, I just want you guys just take away this important. This right here is what we're here for. We're here to help other people. We're here to be a community and come together. This is big enough football. This is big enough being City fans, just chatting about Haaland and that. We love doing that. It's great to sort of as escapism to sort of talk about our clubs and that, and I love them. But this is close to home for a lot of people. Not just Bevo or me, but people in chat probably as well. That we don't know of. You know what I mean? Like
the whole reason why I came up with the idea was because it was close to home for me.
Yeah. So
literally the whole reason, and the reasons. I'm not going to go into it on air because it's not something that needs to be aired out. But the reasons, and it is really personal to me, and that's why I care so passionately about it.
Yeah, and it's obviously because I don't know obviously what's happened. Obviously, again, I'm not going to it, but I particularly obviously that's why I'm so happy to help them out on this. Because this isn't again. I know some people will be like, oh, it's very easy to sort of be a positive PR. The thing is, right? Yes, whatever you want to call it, right? But the reality is, any kind of good for a community shouldn't be seen as that anyway. Like this, any kind of positive community thing you can do. Forget what people say about it, right? The whole point of it is to get it out there and help your community out, help people out who you know. Like again, we'll focus on the most weirdest things in society rather than actually the things that will actually matter to sort of make a difference to people. How about we just start focusing on the right things like this? Because again, it isn't just us obviously doing this. Like as many other people, I met other charities like food banks, MC food bank support as well. Kitchens obviously for the homeless and that. It's just obviously it's so many this time of year. Without these services, we wouldn't. People go hungry at Christmas. Right, presents at Christmas. It's so important that we recognise.
Yeah, no, definitely. And if there's anyone that wants to ask any questions, like that's what I'm here for. Like if anyone's got any questions about the process or anything like that, like please put them in the chat. Like I am here as well to answer questions as well as bore your head off on donate. Like I'm also here to try and make a difference for other clubs as well. So if anyone has got any questions or any just general questions that about this, like if you're watching on X, put them in the comments. If you're on YouTube, put them in the chat. Like I'll answer them.
Again, it doesn't not this stream, right? If you got questions for either of us, right, just DM us on Twitter at SS284 and at City_Bevo, is it?
Yeah. Or just put the comments on the video, and I can go through them and answer them.
Yeah. Leave a comment on if you're watching this back. Okay, this is live right now, but it might be for you have to watch this live. Leave a comment in the comment section. And if they coming through, I will sort of bring them up in the next stream tomorrow before we get on with the preview of the Newcastle game tomorrow. I'm going through it because, like anything, right? This isn't just a one-stream thing. That's it. We're mentioning it again. What was mentioning it again tomorrow and in future streams leading up to Saturday, and it's Saturday anyway. So it's just to sort of just get an announcement out there. We're obviously finally announced that this is happening finally after a lot of deliberation, a lot of waiting around. But again, unfortunately, that's how it is with this. Some of this, as Bevo's mentioned, you can't just go and do it. You have to sort of plan things out.
I'll ask you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of the poster?
Genuinely, right? I think it's probably one of the best posters that, and this isn't me just glazing you, right? I think for someone who had to get that together, that's really, really good. Like, if people are expecting like an insane graphic thing, like the whole point of this is to sort of showcase what this is about. At Christmas time is a difficult time. You put the three collaborators, obviously, that are on this. You put the whole reason as to why what we're doing. You explained it, and you included all social media links as well. That is perfect. Like that post. I mean, well, everyone would agree with it as well. It's clear, it's concise, it shows you exactly what you need it to be. It's brilliant.
I was looking at it, and I'm quite what's the word? I critique my work quite a lot.
You're your own worst critic.
Yeah, like I was doing this. I actually made this shortly after I had that idea with you, and I put it together sort of there and then. I had a chat with Nick over at 1894. I said, "Did you want me to put their Twitter handle on it?" They were like, "Yeah." Put on the logo. So I put all that together, and I was sitting there and I was going, "Don't like it. Don't like the colours." Don't. And everything about it was just. I was looking at it going, "Yeah, I don't like it. Don't like it." And even now, like I'm looking at it, I'm going, "Yeah, I'm proud of it. Like I'm proud of what it is." But I'm just like, oh, I don't know. Like I mean, I'm quite happy with it. I'm not happy with it.
Yes. Well, you'll be able to on a stream. We mentioned about with a charity page that will obviously promote, obviously at the right time. But at the moment,
Andy as well. Like that is such generosity to do that and to donate the profits from.
Of course,
his
merchandise
up until Christmas. Like that deserves, like, honestly, that deserves recognition. Like it really does.
Andy, if you're watching this still, mate, I will DM you near the time once we have things set up, and we'll I'll show you obviously what you need to go for it. Because to anyone who wants to do that, obviously I join to stream or from Martins or whatever, I will turn them off between now and the charity stream, because I think any kind of like donations anyway, like YouTube takes most of it anyway, so it doesn't really matter for us. I mean, again, this is about money anyway for us. Like we have jobs. It's more just to talk about.
Like I said to you, like I'm financially, I'm losing from this. Like for me, it's not. for me, I'm not doing this for any kind of financial gain. This is something personal to me,
Yeah,
and it's about helping others. And I think in this life, if I was saying to you off air one night, and I don't want to get too deep, but like I was saying to you off air like a while ago, like if I can, when my time is up on this planet and I leave this earth, like I was saying to myself, like how do I like what do I want to be recognized for? Because everyone in one way or another wants to at least be known for something. Like even if it's like, oh, he was a quiet person, or he was kind or thoughtful, or like for me, I want to I want when my time is up, I want to be able to be known as someone that wanted to help other people and to give back to people that are less fortunate than myself. And that I think that's really, really important to me. And whilst it's not important in the grand scheme of things, like there's way more important things than that in this case. Obviously, giving a child a Christmas is way more important than my own self beliefs. But if I can help even just one person, like obviously I want to help way more than just one person. But like if I can just help one person, like I know that I've done. I know that I've helped someone.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, right. Big up Martin. Martin just obviously just ended the stream. Big up, mate, for saying
Get
everything
him on
over.
if you want.
Yeah, well, Martin's watching this stream immediately afterwards, mate. If you just let us know if you want to jump on, have a chat with us about it, mate, because obviously we'll probably be in chat about it at some point anyway. But big up Mediball, big up Ash as well. So people will start coming in at some point anyway.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, like without again, much obviously, Bevo's worked so hard on this. Obviously, he's done a fantastic job. Honestly, people don't understand the work rate this guy has. Honestly, I'm going to say it as a mate of mine that I've now known for over a year now. This man's work rate is unbelievable. Genuinely, right? And I mean, if I'm as anyone as good a dad as him when I'm older, I know I've done very well. Anyway, nothing soppy.
You soppy sod.
Big up Jack, big up Darby. Again, everyone, really appreciate it. We appreciate all the support, guys. Really appreciate it. It's we know obviously how much you guys obviously have been waiting to hear about this stuff. Especially ask Captain Steve and all that. Obviously, usually in there as well. Yeah, we do. Gosh, we know he is. We'll glaze here on this occasion. It's fine. Yeah, and guys, just to let you know, coming in here, we're doing Newcastle preview tomorrow. So anything about Newcastle, we'll discuss tomorrow. Fresh stream, fresh up, because I'm sure you guys understand it, right? You'd rather us be fresh, hyped up, ready to talk about City, because talking about it after this is a bit like it's hard to really shift into that kind of attitude. But we do appreciate you guys coming in here and leaving a like and that, helping us out as always. But again, so for any kind of donations, obviously, as I said before, there will be a charity page for that coming and linked soon. But we'll obviously get to that near the time. Obviously, we'll be announced it anyway. But we do. Have it in Pep out, yeah. It's pretty glazed. I didn't imagine the team now. Charity, and run that. Well, yeah, all right, Christ.
Hey, I'm already in with the club now. Like,
if I fully see City. Oh, Bevan, oh, just like what is what's happened there? From podcast host to charity worker to managing the football club.
Imagine.
Imagine the scenes. Imagine the scenes. But yeah, no, honestly, people we do appreciate all the support. Support. Again, this isn't about leaving a like. If you want to leave a like on it, we do appreciate it as always. It does help the algorithm out and get us obviously get people more people out there and more shooting in as always. We do appreciate anyone that comes over and sort of chats to us and gives their point of view on things. But again, tomorrow will be the stream where we get everyone involved. Obviously, I'm not trying to get people on who want to sort of chat to us about the game tomorrow, but today's all been all about this great initiative that our friend has massively been working on for the past few months that he's managed to achieve, and it's a brilliant achievement. And again, like
if there's like I say, like now there's more people in the chat. Like if anyone's got any questions on this, like what it took to do it, like if you've got any questions relating to this, like ask. Hey, come on, Martin.
Martin, if you're free, mate, I'll send the link if you're around, mate. You're more than welcome, mate. If you're free, I get you're busy man at times, but let us know if you're free, mate.
He's probably just chilling, smoking a fag anyway.
Well, it's 10:30. Usually, when he does a late night stream, he's just doing it anyway. So,
I was watching the Lee Gunner show last night, and I was thinking, Christ, like Martin ain't half getting through those ciggies.
Yeah, mate, 8 hour stream. I went to bed.
Mate, it was 9 hours.
Yeah, mate, I went to bed, got up, I was still streaming. Like,
I know, yeah, crazy.
About Kathy, have they asked these supermarkets whether they will donate these from the charity? That's a good question, actually.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's not something that I've really thought of, but it is a good idea. When I was first coming up with the idea for it.
Oh wow!
Oh, Martin, mate, what a legend!
Martin, mate, we do appreciate it, mate. Thank you so much for that. Honestly, you're a good mate, a friend of both of ours. Anyway, from personally, anyway. I mean, obviously, I'll see you anyway for a game soon, anyway. But thank you so much, mate. We do appreciate that.
Hey, I'll believe it when I see it, Martin.
Oh my God.
You didn't meet me last time.
He's still doing it.
I will hunt you down this time.
A dark now. No, honestly, like and look, to anyone that does donate, obviously, any kind of money will put towards the charity anyway if it does happen. Obviously, on the charity stream when it does come out, I will make sure to turn the donations off on YouTube, so it's a bit easier. Again, obviously, I know it's a little bit counterintuitive, but I'd rather you guys go to the page when it's set up. But for Martin, a big up, mate. We do appreciate that massively, mate. Thank you so much, man. So to watch the yeah, to be honest, I've watched it. I didn't want the whole thing. I've got about 2 hours into it. He's watched like last 7 hours still.
I watched some of it last night. Ended up falling asleep. And then today, while I was working, I put it back on, and this is how mad it was, right? So I watched some of it last night, fell asleep, woke up this morning, obviously did the morning routine, taking son to school and all that, and making a coffee, and sat down and started work. And I put the rest of it on, and it literally did me from when I started work until when I finished work. I was able to watch the rest of it.
I've been away from working, right? I know Bevo's. I watched. That's the fact that it's done that. It's like, but obviously Lee is a grafter.
Martin said yeah. So if you want to send him the link,
yeah, we'll do a bit of Governor as well. I know Governor's on the Australian show with Alan, Pat, and all that. There's a bit of Governor, mate. I do appreciate that, mate. I'll send the link to Martin now. Bear with me. Hold on, people. I'll send WhatsApp. Twitter. What's up? Sorry, guys, just bear with me. Formidable. I would honestly appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much. Again, that will go to the charity, obviously. When we YouTube, if you guys ever got onto YouTube, run your own channel, right? YouTube is a very weird when it comes to like money and distributing it. Like you have to reach a certain threshold before you can start using it. So this will obviously go towards that anyway. But big up, mate. We do appreciate that. That will go to the charity page as well, mate. But big up to you, mate. We do appreciate that. It's the phone on the treadmill job then. It bloody is, mate. Yeah, bloody gym workout. That's still bloody about half the show or one half the show done yet, mate. It was crazy.
It was crazy how Lee just shut up shop, left Martin in charge, got an Uber to the garage, went and got some cigs, come back, and Martin was just like chilling. Crazy.
That honestly, right? That is why I actually love Lee's content because you know what? It doesn't give a shit. You know what? Like, fair enough.
Big up Lee as well, like for sharing it, and he's going to put it on his shows as well. So
yeah.
That's massive. So I mean, you'll probably have to watch the entire show to see it because you might just like chuck it in about 4 hours in. So
and speaking of the man, Martin, mate, good to see you. You all right?
Evening. I'll be on camera in a minute. I'm just finishing my fag. I know everyone gets a bit antsy with it, so I always.
Hey, you must have gone through about what 60 last night.
Yeah, it was about 17 bleeding hours. That why. And then Alan got his way onto it. I don't know.
No, yeah.
Alan, well, Alan messaged me. What are you doing on there? What are you doing on there, celebrity? When what you on about? Yeah, we went, get me on. I went, Alan, it's not our channel. What are you doing? I can't just like beg other people. Alan's the kind of person you end up on like AFTV and he's like, get me on. No, it don't work that way. Don't just get you on.
God, like, yeah.
You know what I mean? Me and Lee have been discussing that for weeks, and Alan's like, get me on in 3 secs.
Imagine Alan and Ty.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, that'd be fun to watch, though.
That's comedy gold, right there.
Can I just say something very quick? I want to say a massive big up to you two, especially Bebo, for this.
Mm-hmm.
It's so amazing to see, and it got to me last night when I was speaking with Lee about this. The one thing about Manchester City and our community is we do care. I know we knock our owners on certain things, tickets, etc. But the one thing we do, we look after our heritage, our history, our own.
Yeah.
And I think it needs more promotion. It needs shouting from the rooftops. You've got Bebo doing this. Erling Haaland sending Big Steve half a bloody box of his wardrobe to put out for charity. Do you know what I mean?
Really?
This isn't normal what goes on. It ain't normal. And people want to knock our great football club and our great fans and our community, and we are a family. And the one thing these owners will realize one day is we will never let that family die.
No.
And you know what? Big props to you guys for doing this. It's amazing, and just keep smashing it. And yes, we'll have my teddy for you, Bebo. Don't worry. It might be 3 hours late, but I'll get
I will be there from about.
I was going to say, if you need any help as well earlier, I'll come down and give you a lift as well.
Nice one, thanks, mate. Yeah, I'll be there from about 12:30 until probably about maybe 10-15 minutes after kickoff.
He'll be there because he won't have to give me the game, the lazy sod. He only stands out. Yeah, Bebo. We don't go in.
Hey, I can't. I'm back on childcare duties.
He's on the ban list. That's why.
Ban list.
I've got to get back for the LB panel show. What are you on about?
Look at this celebrity here now. Look at him here. He'll sign a few autographs and then piss off.
God, no, it is like the most important thing about a football club for me, right? Isn't obviously just the club, whatever. But the fan base as a community is so important. And yeah, it's in today's age, obviously, with everything the way it is now, it's very easy to forget that, but you can't forget your own. You can't, at the end of the day, right? No matter how old you are as a fan, no matter when you're born, or no matter what you see, you're part of the community of people. And stuff like this is to help promote that and to help get us back to that level again, where we're back in our own, we're sort of supporting each other and helping us through difficult times. Like, again, it's difficult times right now, for a lot of people at this time of year. And the least we can do is help people out and sort of make it a much more positive environment. That's what we want to do. And honestly, as I said before, Bevo's work rate, we don't understand, right? Like, I've been listening to every text, every call for the past 4 months, I'd say, if of that.
Yeah.
I've every process of this, of this being done. Obviously, I'm doing the social media side of it and the promotion of it, and that'll be going out more and more as the days go on. But this man here is being a full-time dad, full-time work as well, and he's still doing this stuff in his spare time. Honestly, people, Bevo's great. He's a great man, also a great father, and just does so much for his family and also for people as well. This shouldn't be taken lightly. This is a very, very big thing that he's done. Genuinely, yeah. And and if I said earlier on, if I ever do have my own children, if I'm ever as good a father as he is, then I know I've done very well. Yeah, and that's a bit of a soppy thing to say, but honestly, I've seen
the thing is
soppy get
Luke and Martin know just how difficult this last year has been, and the things that have been going on in my own personal life, and yeah, and that to hear that, it's so nice. But yeah, this is incredibly personal, which is why I kind of care so passionately about it, and why I'm striving to make this bigger and better. Like the whole reason why I got in touch with Lee Gunner is because I don't just want to make this a Manchester City thing. Like, year on year, I want this to get bigger and better. Because this hasn't been done on that I know of in any other Premier League team. I'm pretty sure like me and City are the first to kind of to do this. There isn't any like historical benchmark to go off. So like I had no research to go off in like what to expect. So to have, like when I was talking to Wood Street Mission, like they were saying to me like, how many do you think that you're gonna have? Oh, I don't know. Could be 10, could be 100, could be 1,000. Like I really don't know. Like, this hasn't been done before, to have a benchmark of a rough idea on how many it's going to be, to basically be like, oh, I reckon it'll probably be about 50. Like, I just don't know. So it's the whole process of not knowing that has been the most stressful. Like, I had a path and I had a route that I wanted to go down to get it to the point that we're at now. But it's the not knowing that has stressed me out more than anything. Because, like, there are things that you can control and there's things that you can't control. So, like, making the poster, that was in my control because I designed it the way that I wanted it to be. Who it was getting distributed out to in order to, like, push it and share it and get the most publicity out of it. That's in my control because I'm able to pass it to these people and then they can share it and it gets better reach. The people that I wanted to do it with, so Man City, I called up the club, spoke to the club, had many backwards and forwards conversations with the club. they even said to me, like, what is it that you need from us in order to make this happen? So I was like, right. So they gave me a marquee, some tables, and a plot to actually do the collection from. And a parking space. So like those are all things that I can kind of somewhat control. Like I can say I want this, and then they give me that. I would like this, and then they give me that. Like there are things that I can control, but actually the end point, whatever happens next Saturday, is like out of my control completely.
Yeah.
Like I could turn up there, stand there for 3 hours, and one person turn up, and that'd be mine. I could turn up there at 12:30, wait until 3:30, and there might be 1,000 people. Like I just don't know, and that's the bit that stressed me out more than anything, because that's the bit that I just like. There is no historical data on, like, because this hasn't been done.
No,
like nobody knows what the outcome of it's going to be. So that's the bit that stressed me out more than anything. But I'm so glad that we're close to it. And
well,
if anyone's got any questions in the chat, I know I keep saying it, but if anyone's got any questions in the chat on how I did it, the process that I went through with the club, literally anything, like,
wow, brilliant.
It's called a table and well, nice. I know it's done quite a lot in football. Like I know they do it in like the Dutch league and
yeah.
I know, yeah. I just don't know. But yeah, whatever happens, like, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so anyway, if anyone's got any questions, like on the process on how I did it, like Martin, if you've got any questions, Luke, if you've got any, like, if anyone, because I want to share this knowledge with other people so then they can make it happen next year. Like, yeah. I want Arsenal fans to be doing this, Villa fans, Everton, Liverpool, United, Chelsea. Like, I want this to be like across the board. So,
yeah,
if anyone's got any questions, like, just let me know.
Well, do you know what? I think, if anything, right, I think to anyone, even to anyone that's kind of joining this after the stream is done, if you're a rival fan or a fan of a different club, the one to do this for their own club. But particularly, like, obviously, the teams you have to talk to and that, but how much work and, like, constant, like, just keep going and going, like, that kind of mentality that you need to organize it, because it isn't just simply just going to the stadium, put yourself down, put a marquee down and say, this is what I'm doing. Like, it's not as simple as that, unfortunately, is it?
No. See, my experience is going to be different to others. Like, obviously, being a single parent myself, it's not just been a case of, trying to sort out, like, oh, I'm going to go to this game and I'm going to talk to the club and we're going to arrange it for this game. Like, I've had to sort out childcare. I've had to sort out, various other things that are going on that day. Luke, what's happening that day.
Yep.
So there's various other things that I've had to, like, deal with from a personal side. But then it's now that it's getting to the end and the work has been, like, the foundations have been put in place, like, getting to that point has been difficult, because, like, with City, for example, you can't just call up, like, the director of Man City and be like, listen, pal, I've got this idea, make it happen. Like, you have to go through the fan support, because that's the only contact number that they give you, like, that's available.
Yeah.
Then you tell the fan support your idea. They then obviously say, oh, I like this idea. We're going to then pass this on to City in the community. Then City in the community had to approve it. And then when they approved it, it went to the charities team and they had to approve it and see if it's something that they, because at the end of the day, like, the charities team deal with charities too. And they had to basically see if it was something that they could approve. They then approved it, and then it got passed to the venue facilities team to make sure that they were able to give me the right plot. And then it went back to the charities team to arrange, like, marquees and tables and because the other thing is as well, like they're gonna have to have staff build the marquee and take the marquee to the collection point and the tables to the collection point. So there's a lot of admin and a lot of work from the club side as well. So the fact that they've been so supportive enough to be like, listen, we will give you the equipment. Like, we will give you what you need in order to make this happen. Like, I don't know whether other clubs are as supportive as City have been. I don't know. I've not had that experience. But I'd imagine that for the reasons like what we're doing, like if it's like, I don't know, donate a PlayStation 5 to Bevo because he needs a new one, like that ain't gonna work. Do you know what I mean? But right, because it's a good reason, like, and because it's a good charity to give to, like, I'm sorry, Mike. I'm sorry.
Because I just know what you've just done. I know where that was aimed at. Sorry, move on. Carry on.
Like, so
if you know, you know.
Sorry, I'm gone. So yeah, basically,
I'll say, man.
like it's, do you know what I mean? It's been difficult, but like I say, the most stressful that it's been has been dealing with things that are out of my control. Like, you know yourself, Luke. Up until maybe, I want to say maybe like end of mid to end of October, maybe mid October. Yeah. Like we didn't even have a collection point at that point. Like I basically contacted City on a whim and basically were like, "Can you fancy helping me out? Like this is the idea that I've got. Help a brother out." Like, and the fact that they did and they were supportive about it, like up until maybe just over a month ago, like this might not have happened. And yeah. So, yeah. And so like that was the stressful bit, because it was getting towards the end where it was like everything is in place. We've got the place that we're donating to. I've also had to get other places to donate to in case we have too many. Like I can't just turn up with Wood Street Missions with like 2,000 teddy bears and go, there you go, because they'll be like, well, what do you expect us to do with this? You know, we're a small team ourselves. We can't handle all this. So I've had to find alternatives as well, like alternative places. Like the main one is going to be Wood Street Mission. Like that has always been. Yeah. I'll let you into a little secret that a little birdie told me. Wood Street Mission was one of Gundogan's favourite charities, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh no! Is it some PS5 raffle conspiracy? This is no, honestly, no, not from everybody. Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it's just been crazy. It's been a crazy journey, and I think, like I was saying to Luke before, and everyone, some people in the chat before, like, I know it's not important, but from a personal thing, it's important to me in the sense of, like, when I leave this planet, like, I want, and in the grand scheme of things, like, this really isn't important. But when I leave this planet, like, just the same as everyone else, people want to be known for like a certain thing. Like, some people might want to be known for being quiet and reserved. Some people might want to be known for being, you know, loud and funny. Like, I want to leave a legacy behind for my children, and just like any parent, like you want to make your kids proud, and also while doing that, helping out a lot of other children in times of need that might not have anything to open. Like it's Martin, Luke, like this is really like personal to me. This is something that's very, very close to home. So like that's why I really, really care so passionately about it, because this could have been, a different circumstance a few years ago. So it's super, super important to me, and I'm just so overwhelmed by the support that everyone's given me, like Martin, Luke, MCFC, Luke. I'm gonna miss a shit ton of people out.
Steve, by the way,
every single person, Big Steve, sharing it on Instagram, Lee Gunner for sharing the tweet today, and is going to be sharing it on his story, on his shows. Like every single person that has liked, retweeted, commented, everyone that's in the chat now, like that is genuinely like interested in this, like honestly, like everyone, like thank you for your support, and let's make next Saturday a really big day.
Oh, well said, mate. Well said.
Also, thank you, Mark, as well, for posting it on your shows and sort of sharing that around. Thank you.
No, anytime. He had a go at me yesterday when I forgot to do it. It reminded me 30 seconds after anyway. You didn't do it.
I waited until the end of that stream. My eyes were going, mate. And I waited to the end of that stream, and then you went, bye all. And I went, Martin!
Bastard.
You even fucking said I'm going to share it at the end, and then you just quit.
You know what? I did that once on a super chat. Totally missed it. You know what it's like when you're in full flow.
Yeah.
Going and you just, and I went, so immediately I stopped and I had to go in the chat, and I went, really do apologize. I was like, I'll remind you next one. You just do. Sometimes you get in that groove where you just like go.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Kevin McAllister's mum last night. When they realized that they forgot Kevin, and he goes, Kevin! Like I was doing that, but Martin!
Yeah, I know. And then ended up bloody taking over Lee Gunner's channel for 20 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, while he popped to the vending machine.
I ended up bloody hosting his channel.
Crazy.
Couldn't believe that. I was like, oh, mate. Honestly, Lee's streams, right, are so like different, and anyway, it's good because like it's not like another channel you used to. He just doesn't care. He cares, but doesn't. I mean, he just does things his way, and that's probably why he's so popular in his own community, because stuff like that, like where you're authentic. Authenticity is very important in anything. Like, be your true self. Don't just you gotta be someone else. Because
as I said to you, too many are after a gotcha moment now.
Oh god,
they're using YouTubers like, see, I told you so.
The other thing is as well, you tried to dob him right in at one point because you were like, oh, he said he's going to be 15 minutes. Let's time it. And he was bang on 15 minutes. Just to add as well, like I've only mentioned it maybe once before on this stream. The people that we're giving donations to can only accept new cuddly teddies. They won't take secondhand ones for obvious reasons. So anybody that is wanting to donate, like please, if you are going to donate, please make sure that it is a new one. I'm not expecting it to be like in a box or anything like that, but like if it's got a tag on it, I think that would just like constitute it as being new. So like that is crucial, because I would hate for someone to turn up with a secondhand cuddly toy that they want to donate with their kind generosity, and I have to turn them away and say, I'm really sorry, I can't accept it. So yeah, they do have to be new. Yeah, that's, I'll just chuck that in there.
Yeah, and I think that's right. I think you got to remember these are for children who won't have a present at Christmas. So, and the thing is, the one thing that I love is, and I said this on mine earlier, it's not about Bebo's not asking you or anyone else to get £100 teddy bear that's 60 foot in the air.
No.
Spend what you can, but it's a thought, and we're talking about children who get nothing, and that's the biggest message for me here. But you're trying to put a smile on a child's face that don't have a lot to smile about.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it's not about it's not about the size or the type or the. You're not asking everyone to go and get bloody Labubu's or sodding jelly cats and all that.
I don't even know what they are, but I'll take your word for it.
They're not asking you to go and spend 50 quid on a teddy bear, guys.
What are they called? Lapoopus?
Labubu's and jelly cats are the big thing at the minute, and then about 40-50 quid. They're like
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, I'm just talking like, I don't know, like a £5.
Yeah, no, but that's what I mean. And one thing I will say, and I'm sorry, but because I know some people want to donate on Super Chats, I mentioned it last night, told them to get in touch with you personally if you want to do that. Because this isn't for YouTube or anyone else to take a 40% cut on the other end. No. This isn't about that. I know there's so many people have asked about, and I was even on Lee's last night about can they do it via a Super Chat? And I said, no, we thank you for that, but do it another way. It's not about the money, it's about the toy. It's about the teddy bear, not the money.
Yeah. Well, what we are actually doing is for people that can't make it to the game but do want to donate, do hang on to your money, because there is going to be a second part to this. The reason why it's not kind of being rolled into one is I didn't want to give too much information out all at once for people to be overwhelmed by it. And they both deserve their own streams because they're both special in their own right.
Yeah.
The second part of it will be a way to donate. It's going to be a Just Giving page.
Yeah.
All of the proceeds are going to be going to equally a great cause. More information to come on that. I'm literally just getting this out of the way first.
Yeah.
This has consumed every spare bit of time that I've had over the last 3-4 months. So there will be a second part to this. So if you do want to donate, but you're not able to make it to the game, hang on to your money and look out for the second part of this, because the second part you will be able to donate.
Yeah, 100%. And also, I will say, I mean, not sure when it will be, but we'll discuss it. There will be a charity stream as well. So if you want to get involved and come on, have a chat about football, if it wants to do with that, feel free, life, whatever. If it's going to be a way to sort of celebrate and, as a community, not just City fans, if you're a rival fan as well, want to come on. Like, it's not about, one community. It's about all of us helping out together.
Well, at the end of the day, like, the aim for this is to roll this out to as many Premier League clubs as humanly possible.
Yeah.
So this isn't about like our club's done better than your club. Like this is about an entire footballing community all coming together to raise awareness and to do things for the right reasons and to give back to people that are less fortunate than yourselves. And the most important thing about this is there is absolutely no rivalries in real world problems.
No.
Football is designed as a purpose for entertainment. yeah, we all get a little bit snooty if a United fan or a Liverpool fan says, "Oh, we're better than you" or whatever, or if an Arsenal fan says that Gyökeres is better than Haaland. Like, we all get a little bit like, oh, like. But at the end of the day, like, I've said it many times, there are real world problems out there, and people are struggling, and this isn't about football. This is about a footballing community coming together to do something for the right reasons. So if we can set the benchmark for this and encourage other people from different clubs to next year do the same, like, at the end of the day, we're going to grow bigger from, like, next year is going to hopefully be bigger and better than. All right, Nick. Next year is hopefully going to be bigger and better than this year, and you know that's the plan, is to grow this as big as it possibly can go, and to roll this out to as many clubs. And if there is, you know, someone that's a fan, because at the end of the day, I'm not related to the club. Like, I am not. I don't work for Manchester City. I am just a normal fan that supports my team, but wants to do right in the world. So, you know, it just shows that a normal fan can do this, and it is possible. So, exactly, House Captain, exactly.
That.
You know, if there is any fans from other clubs, like if there is a United fan in here, or a Chelsea fan, or a Liverpool fan, or an Arsenal fan, or a Tottenham fan, or whoever, if you're inspired by this and feel that, like, you can also make a difference, like, and follow suit, like, that is what I want. Like, I want other people. Like, I am a single dad. I am a single full-time dad. I am a full-time employee, and I can still make this happen. Like, if little old me can do it, like, it's possible. So let's try and raise awareness and inspire other people to do exactly the same. And that's what I want.
Yeah. No, and that is what it's all about. And it's taken a lot of hard work to get to this point. And again, I just, I know obviously for you, Bev, especially next week as well, it's going to be a, experience, a positive one overall. I'm sure people obviously did sort of go there for the first time and do that, but at least going forward after this is done.
I am honestly, mate, I am shitting bricks. For next week, this is massively out of my comfort zone. Like, I am nervous.
But the way you got to look at it, I'm sure you look at it as well, is that, yes, it's a big thing to do, but at least you are contributing to
exactly,
around Manchester.
You put your own worries aside, and you just, end of the day, you just do it and crack on, don't you?
Yeah. Before we end the stream a little bit, I'll say anyone has any more questions, please leave them in the comments below. We will do the preview for the game on Saturday tomorrow. Again, this is a separate stream than what sort of discussed is, what?
House Captain.
There's always someone there. Jesus, come on, man. No, but tomorrow will be a separate stream about the game tomorrow. We thought it was better to sort of just do a separate stream discussing this properly, rather than just mentioning it in streams as you go along. It's best to sort of just get it out there and have a chat, openly about what we're trying to do, what we want to do, and again, we'll obviously keep promoting it, obviously on socials, obviously on YouTube, obviously throughout next week or so before the game, and then obviously it will be and then obviously after that we'll go into that when Saturday is done, and one thing at a time. But to everyone who's been very supportive, obviously Martin here as well, and obviously everyone who's
thank you so much, Martin.
We appreciate it massively.
Anytime.
We really do.
I just, like I say, I'm not staying. I just wanted to come and support you and put that message out, because what you are doing, Luke, and it's just amazing, mate, and it needs sharing around. It's not, like you said, it's not just about City. It's not even about a football club. This is about helping children who need the help. You know, this is what it's about, and that's the message that needs to get out. And like I said, City, you've been tremendous, and we'll get it shared out as much as we can for you, mate.
Thank you very much. I wish City would share it, considering they're the ones that are giving me all the equipment. But
I think the social media team are a bit. This is the thing, the social media team. I mean, I know someone who's worked for them before, but I think it's not as simple. They've got reports that they should do. You're right, but the person who runs the socials, I think, report to someone else. I think they can't.
I also do understand as well. Like, don't get it wrong. Like, I understand that City do have to, in some ways, be impartial to it. You know, there are religions that don't follow Christmas, and I fully understand that, and I fully appreciate that, and you know, I understand that they do have to be impartial to certain things, and I completely understand that, and you know, this isn't in any way, shape, or form designed to offend anybody. This is designed in order to try and do some good in the world, and
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure like everybody can be on board with that, whether you celebrate Christmas or not. If you can contribute in any way to give back, like,
yeah,
please do. Yeah. I have messaged a couple of City presenters. No one's got back to me as of yet.
No, but again, we've got a week to go until that happens. I'm sure the social media stuff will sort of get spread some anyway. So I think, like anything, like everything will come into place as days go on into anyway. So I wouldn't worry too much about that at the moment anyway. But you know, I appreciate everyone sort of suggesting stuff. Exactly, Nick, as well. They will. I do know that obviously charity.
That is the thing. Yeah, there's so. I mean, honestly, for City to even do this is amazing, Bebo.
Yeah. No, it's
people don't realise this is where the work Bebo's done comes in. The amount of things City get on a daily basis, the things or individual situations, everything, it's just unreal. So, you know, and like
it took a lot of pestering, Martin.
I can imagine you both going to get to the right people and everything else. And yeah,
just the teams that this had to go through. Like, this isn't calling up fan support, and then I mean, it shows just how much they support this idea by the fact that it's gone from fan support to City in the community to the charities team to the venue facilities team, back to the charity team, and then back to me for approval. Like, that whole circle of admin must not have been easy.
Mm.
So to everybody from fan support to City in the community to venue facilities team to the charity team and the people that I spoke to over there, like, the every single person has been fully on board and fully supportive of this. So the fact that we've got it this far, like, means that next year they'll probably have to go through the same process of reapproving it. But the fact that it's happened once makes it slightly easier for next time.
They do. Yeah, no, they do.
Yeah, they do.
That's great. They do that. That's really good. I know someone.
Right, I'm going to jump, guys. Keep smashing it. Smash those likes. Hit that subscribe. Really help these boys doing tremendous jobs. Keep going at it, guys.
Thank you very much.
Big up, legends.
See you later, buddy.
Yeah, mate. See you soon. Yeah, but I'm sure anyone here is subscribed to Martin anyway. But if you're not, please go subscribe to the community anyway. They're on the road to 8K themselves. Help them get their ASAP. Honestly, Martin is the only one that's been supportive of us in this community. You know, the community has come together quite a lot last couple of days to help us out with this, and I know they'll do that even more as the days go on and towards next Saturday anyway. So, to everyone who's been supportive of this, we do appreciate it massively. Martin, obviously, Big Steve. Everyone, I'm going to name everyone, but it'd be
LB, Lee Gunner, like,
yeah.
I don't want to forget his name because he didn't have to do this. Let me just find it.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I will. What I'll try and do is I'll try and sort of do a daily sort of like not daily, but I'll do some posts obviously throughout the next few days and that sort of getting it out there and that. Again, we'll the Just Giving page we will leave after that. Just say that if you want to donate, that if you want a super chat, we do appreciate that, and that money will eventually go towards charity anyway. But ideally, once the page is officially live, you please go and donate there, because in that way, that money will definitely go to where it needs to go to straight away.
Yeah.
So.
James Marshman, he's an editor at Team Talk, and massive Leeds United fan.
Yeah,
he's also retweeted it. So, I mean, I've been emailing and DMing and dropping. You'll probably see me dropping comments in on like people like Erling Haaland's tweets and stuff like that. Not because I expect Erling Haaland to retweet it, but because I know that he has good reach, and and just dropping it in there might, spark someone to retweet it. Like, I'm trying not to be a pest, but at the same time, like, I'm trying to get it as much reach as possible.
Well, this is the thing, though. Like, we're setting the foundations now to then build onto that in the next couple of years. So this will only get bigger and bigger as the years go on. But at the end of the day, right, the hardest part is always starting off. Always the hardest part, and you've done most of the hard work anyway yourself. The next hard work is actually doing it next Saturday.
Yeah.
As Nick said, wrap up warm.
Nick, I'm gonna need one of your playlists, mate. I'm gonna need a Nick special. I'm gonna need a Nick special playlist.
One day, I used to do it away there where I come up right and go in the way there with Nick, actually listen to that stuff and on a bit. Honestly, I would love to do that.
I'm gonna need some Nick motivation.
But also, Nick, you guys 894 as well. You guys have been supportive as well, and we do massively appreciate it. Again, when the charity stream does drop for it, absolutely, Nick. It's all a learning curve for all of us, and we'll only get bigger and bigger as the years go on. But to you, Nick, as well, to everyone at 894, Foodbank, the club, Martin, everyone in the community for coming together, helping us out. But so far, we aren't done yet.
I've been totally overwhelmed by the amount of support that this has had.
Yeah,
like, just to go from an idea to how big it is already and how big it's going to get, like, it's been so overwhelming. Like, it really, really has. The fact that Manchester City Football Club are on board with it and providing the equipment to make it happen, like, it don't get bigger than that for me. It doesn't get bigger than that.
No, exactly. And again, I said before, we will promote the charity stream. I think we'll get to that. Either way, if you want to donate money to it, and you will be able to. Don't worry, you will be able to help donate money towards obviously the charity that we sort of put out there. But we will hold the money for the moment. When we will let you know, and once the page has been shared, obviously we'll then sort of promote the charity stream when we do that at some point, and we'll go from there with it.
I am going to take a well-deserved sit down and rest and let you.
Yeah, I'll do that. That's my job.
I will let you tweet, and I will let you put posters together and stuff, and I am going to just sit back and enjoy this one.
Yeah, mate, I will do the charity stuff, the charity stream stuff. But again, it doesn't mean he won't be here. He will be here for the charity stream, but again, he's just going to be. Obviously, if you don't know Bevo like I do, he's a very busy guy, full-time father and that kind of stuff. But when he can, he'll be here. I know he will be. So
yeah, of course I will.
Yeah. So honestly, guys, look, support's been great. We massively appreciate it. Tomorrow will be Newcastle, obviously preview tomorrow. Again, we'll do it today, but this is more important than that for us. So tomorrow, back to City tomorrow. Obviously, City chat tomorrow. Obviously, a bit more in depth. Obviously, before the game. So, and obviously, we'll promote this obviously throughout each stream we do. Next week, obviously, we'll probably do like a review of Newcastle and preview of Leverkusen that next week and whatever, and we'll go through that near time anyway at some point. But we'll excuse me. But yeah, we'll get to that obviously each stream. We'll promote as much as possibly can for next Saturday. But yeah, as I said, Massive appreciate all the support, people, from everyone in the community. We love you all, soppy as it is. We do. We love it so much. I got so much for how much you've supported, obviously, not just Bevo, but myself, obviously, and what we're trying to do. And yeah, and we'll see. Have a good rest of your evening, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for the preview for the Newcastle game tomorrow. Obviously, and until then, people, keep sharing what you can of this on social media. Keep keep doing what you're doing, and we'll see you guys very, very soon. Big up Kathy, big up everyone in the chat for being supportive. See you guys soon. See you tomorrow for the preview. Take care, guys.